Hi everyone! Today I'm going to create a Halloween themed layout and the star of the page will be my daughter. Her new vampire costume just arrived for this Halloween and it looks adorable. As you can see, I've already put together a little mood board. I always recommend doing that before you start a project. It really helps to get into the right mood and to remind yourself what supplies and embellishments you already have from your previous creations. So, let's get started. I've already printed out the photo. I'm going to use though I might reprint it in a smaller size later, since this one is quite large. For this layout, I'll be working with the brand new Ghostly Greetings collection from Graphic 45. For the base of my layout, I choose a few sheets from the Ghostly Greetings 12 by 12 collection pack. I also selected some papers from the 8.5 by 11 patterns and solid pack. I might use them later to create some themed die cuts. I picked dark red, this one dark red, and some black sheets. I've picked out quite a few decorative elements for my layout. Of course, I won't be using all of them, but at this point it's hard to tell exactly what I'll need. I'm definitely planning to use the Ghostly Greetings assorted pack, chipboard pieces, text and frames, and ribbon transfer set. These sheets. Along with some other Halloween themed embellishments I already have in my stash. Alright, let me clear my desk, take apart this mood board, and we can get started. So, in my photo there are black and red tones, which means I'll be working with those colors. For the main background, I've chosen this sheet from the 12 by 12 collection pack. But I also wanted to create a frame, and I really like how these two sheets will look together. Of course, I haven't forgotten about the red. I keep that on hand too. I'll be using this sheet from the patterns and solid pack. You could use this sheet from the main pack as well, since we'll need the side that matches on both sheets. I'm trimming this sheet by 1/2 inch from the top and one side to make it a bit smaller. From this sheet, we'll only need the frame, and I'll show you a little trick. I'm going to cut out the center, leaving just 1.5 inch wide border. Here's what I have so far. I've trimmed the photo, and I think I'll use it at this size. Now I want to distress the main sheet a bit and make some tears. I'm making with a pencil where I want to tear. It will be here. Here. and here. I'll tuck some red paper background underneath those areas. Let's do it and see how it turns out in the end. Now I want to add a bit of ink around this edge. Just to tone down the white. I will use Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide ink for that. And next I'll cut a few pieces from the dark red paper. And those will go right underneath the torn areas. Now I want to use some ribbons to decorate the red pieces a little. I think adding these small details will already bring the background to life and make it look more interesting. Okay. I placed my background inside the frame and I realized I really don't like how the red looks next to the orange border. So unfortunately, I'll have to switch it out and use a different sheet for the frame. I decided to go with this one, just a simple black background, and I think it looks so much better. Well, that happens sometimes. Paper gets used up and that's okay. I always go with what feels right to me because I believe the project should completely satisfy me in the end. Now we can start putting the layout together. Here is my background so far, and I decided to add some folded organza ribbon in these two spots. I have this beautiful ribbon with sparkling little stars. It looks so magical. I folded it like this and stitch it down a bit just so it doesn't unravel and is easier to work with it. I'm planning to attach it right here and right here. And now I want to place the main element, my photo, of course, and start building the direction of the composition using two chipboard frames. I placed the larger one a bit lower and the smaller one slightly higher here. To secure everything nice, I'll use some sheets of cardboard underneath here. That way the photo will be raised above the background and stand out beautifully. And comes the fun part. I can start placing all the decorative elements just the way I want them. This is always my favorite stage when everything slowly comes together and the page starts to tell its story. Let's begin. As you can see, this is where my layout is right now, but I felt like something was still missing. So I took some black glitter cardstock and few of my graphic 45 dies. These are from the most recent keepsake set Botanical Tea. I use these delicate branches and the center from the peony die as a separate flower. I've already glued it right here, and I cut some beautiful leaves. They look absolutely stunning. Then I used the one of the older graphic 45 dies for this branch, and another one, I think it's an old spellbinder die, and I only use a part of it. Here is the little piece I got. And now I'm going to arrange all of these elements on my page. And now my layout is almost finished. I just want to add a few black silver sequins. This. I think it looks beautiful. Here, 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 everywhere. And of course some paint splashes. 2 final touches to complete the look. After that, as I mentioned earlier, I'll mount my layout onto this black background paper or frame. And finally, to make it sturdier, I'm going to adhere it to the super thick 12 by 12 chipboard sheet from Graphic 45. It's absolutely perfect for final layer. This way.
Perfect. Perfect.
So, my layout is finally finished. Here is the final look. I really love how all the details came together. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the process. See you in my next video. Bye bye!